ਸੋ ਦੋਸਤੋ, ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨਵੀਂ ਤਾਜ਼ੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਖਾਸ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਲੈਰੀ ਜੌਨਸਟਨ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫਲਸਤੀਨ ਦੇ ਤਾਜ਼ਾ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਲਈ, ਔਰ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਫਲਸਤੀਨ ਦੀ ਬਾਬਤ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਰੈਲੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਇਨ ਦ ਮੀਨ ਟਾਈਮ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਚੈਨਲ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਹੋਵਾਂਗੇ। ਆਓ ਸੁਣੀਏ ਲੈਰੀ ਜੌਨਸਟਨ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਫਲਸਤੀਨ ਦੀ ਬਾਬਤ। Larry, thanks for joining me.
Yes, you're welcome.
So, Larry, in your understanding, what is the situation on the ground at this moment?
Situation in Gaza. Yesterday, the Israelis broke the ceasefire for, I think, 100 and something time in the last 2 weeks. They claimed that one of their soldiers was shot at by Hamas in Rafah, and their response was a massive bombing attack over the Strip, in which they killed over 100 people, including 46 children.
Right. So what do you think has happened with the ceasefire? Has it completely failed?
That's a difficult question. But I think the ceasefire is holding in one way, and that there's a lot of pressure on Israel to maintain the ceasefire. I don't think that Israel wants the ceasefire. They're trying to find any excuse to break it. They're claiming that Hamas hasn't returned the bodies that they were committed to return. However, it was clear from the beginning that there was going to be a process to collect all those bodies with all the damage that Israel had done. The original proposal was to bring in 600 trucks of aid per day. Israel said because they don't have the bodies, they were cutting it to 300 per day. But in fact, less than 100 trucks have been getting in per day. So again, Israel's not living up to their part of the ceasefire and trying to find any way they can to get out of it.
And what are your apprehensions? Where do you think this is going to lead to? Especially considering the statement by Donald Trump, where he was indicating that they might get into Gaza to finish off Hamas.
Yes, well, Trump is always threatening this and that, and you never know what he's going to do. So yeah, you can have some real apprehension about that. I think in one way they want this ceasefire because it's disrupting world trade. And for Trump, more than anything, making profit in world trade is important. So I think there is a basis from the U.S. side to try to get this ceasefire to hold. How it will play out, what it means for the Palestinians and the Gazans, I think they're going to try to impose something on them that will be difficult for them. But the people in Gaza need access to food, water, shelter. I mean, the winter's coming, and the other thing that Israel is not allowing in is any tents or anything. So it's really a difficult situation.
So what options the United Nations or other international bodies have right now?
I don't really know. The talk of bringing in an international force to supervise is difficult. Trying to find someone that's acceptable to both sides. And in the past, UN forces, like in different other countries in the Congo and other situations, have not lived up to what their intention was. And so it's hard to say.
And what do you expect from the Canadian government?
Well, what we want from the Canadian government is to stop arming Israel. They claim to have an arms embargo, but In fact, there are so many loopholes in that arms embargo that there's, I think it was like 47 direct shipments of military equipment to Israel in the last year and a half, including bullets, aircraft parts, and other things. So there's a bill in the House of Commons right now by Jenny Kwan to close all of those loopholes. So one of the things that we as activists in the Palestinian movement are pushing for is to make sure that that bill passes the House of Commons and that those loopholes are closed.
Right.
The other thing, obviously, is to get as much aid in as possible and to get up to the at least 600 trucks that are supposed to be going in. UN says they need 1,000 per day to sort of reestablish living conditions in Gaza. So I think those are two things to push on the Canadian government.
Being a pro-Palestine activist and an organizer, what are your plans for the coming days?
Okay, so there's two things happening that I'm aware of right now. One is on Saturday, there's a rally downtown at the Vancouver Art Gallery, 350 Georgia Street, 2:00. It's focused on the political prisoners that Israel still holds, but also to enforce the ceasefire. So that's Saturday. Sunday, we in Surrey organize a regular rally every Sunday, 1 till 3, to demand that the Canadian government stop arming Israel, to get aid in, and to enforce the ceasefire. So we do that every Sunday, 1 to 3, at Holland Park at 100 and corner of 100th and King George. So those are two things that people can participate in if they want.
Well, Larry, it was nice talking to you. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything I didn't ask you before I let you go?
No, I think we've covered everything, and thank you for your time.
Take care, Larry. Talk to you again. Bye
Right.
for now.